Video assignment 2. If you're a user of social media, you've probably encountered various forms of hate speech, misinformation, and disinformation. These forms of content are often spread by individuals like trolls who share their viewpoints with the masses. The best way to deal with harms of hate speech, misinformation, and disinformation is to subscribe to credible news sources like the Huffington Post, BBC, or CNN. These sources are usually part of a larger news cycle and provide reliable, accurate information. Their editors and reporters often take the time to verify that information is true before they publish it. Another way of dealing with harms of hate speech, misinformation, and disinformation is to combat misinformation with your own personal efforts. For example, you could take the time to be informed about the topics and research additional sources of information like Wikipedia and other online databases. However, this approach is a bit easier said than done. Some misinformation can easily be debunked by fact-checking other sources. This could require a lot more effort, but it could be worth it. Otherwise, you'll likely be inundated with misinformation that you can't fact-check. I personally think governments should not regulate social media. Social media is a vital part of our lives and we can't afford it to have it be censored. If a government wanted to, it could simply block access to a social media platform. It could also mandate that social media sites remove content that violates the law. However, such a move would cause major disruptions in our society and that would not happen. This would effectively silence the voices that the majority of us enjoy seeing. In the name of free speech, it would also be censorship. It's something we all need to be aware of. It's important to note that government should not start censoring on social media. Simply blocking people from posting on social media can have the opposite effect of what the government wants to prevent. Social media is the most important part of our society and must not be interfered with. I personally think social media corporations should continue to regulate themselves. They have the resources to do so and the incentive to create a platform that is free from the biases of the majority. Users have the ability to flag posts from removal, which functions as a form of regulation. If a corporation doesn't like the way users are regulating themselves, it can police its own policies, choosing not to allow certain content to be posted or removed. It's their platform, so they could really do whatever they want. This works too as an advantage because it provides users with the security of knowing that their platform is being monitored and regulated. To conclude, after finishing up this course, I personally think this class should be mandatory for grade 12 students. Aside from the fact that it reinforces the value of social media, it also helps students learn the basics of how social media works. It also helps them to be aware of the types of content that can be posted and how to keep it free and how to keep yourself free from the negative influences that are common with social media platforms. Thank you for listening and have a good day.